Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering this week and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Westwood, and I'm here today with commentary editor Conn Carroll. And Conn, let's talk about inflation.
Okay.
Senate Democrats this week finally came up with a solution to deal with inflation, sort of at last acknowledging that it's this big of a problem, which you've argued that what they came up with would make things a lot worse.
Right. Now imagine you're a Democrat and what's your solution to everything? Raising taxes. So here you have inflation, and of course the solution to inflation is to raise taxes. Now this does take place in the context of some last-ditch effort to get Biden's Build Back Better agenda passed. And so they're talking with Manchin about what he would want to see. And of course Manchin wants to raise taxes, but Chuck Schumer gets up there and specifically says, you know, in order to combat inflation, we really have to undo the Trump tax cuts. And that's just going to be terrible policy, something like this.
The Biden administration is potentially considering canceling student debt for millions of Americans. Do you think that politically that's a good idea, or do you think this maybe lends itself to the perception that Democrats are sort of the party of the elites at the expense of the working man?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of does. When you look at who actually pays the most of the student debt, when you look at just the payments every month, just 2% of the payments come from the bottom 20% of income earners, and 40% of it comes from the top quintile of earners. So it's the lawyers, the doctors, those are the ones that would benefit the most from a student debt cancellation. It would just be a huge giveaway to really the donor base of the Democratic Party.
And is there a chance that this could sort of increase inflationary pressures by sort of throwing more spending money into the economy? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, don't take my word for it. You can ask President Obama's top economic advisor, Larry Summers. He was on Twitter sometime this week saying that forgiving student debt absolutely would be inflationary pressure. You are essentially pumping more money into the economy, in this case, to the richest 20% of Americans, and telling them to spend more money.
Do you think this is a thing that Republicans would weaponize on the midterm campaign trail, or would it be difficult for them because it sort of polls as a
No,
popular
I don't think
idea?
they'll weaponize. I think they'll pounce.
They'll seize.
They'll pounce.
Yeah.
Seize or pounce. Yes, but I mean they have so many targets. Inflation, student debt, the border. There's just so many things that Biden is fumbling that this is really just another clink in the armor.
Well, Conn, thank you so much for being here today. You can get more writing from Conn and the rest of the commentary team at washingtonexaminer.com.